This is CNN Tonight, live from New York. Here now, Jessica Yellen.
Good evening. President Obama today conceding that the attempted Christmas Day terror plot should have been stopped. His bottom line, the government failed to connect the dots. The president was briefed this afternoon by top national security advisors on the investigation. Plans to beef up airport security screening measures have been put in motion. The president also halted plans to transfer Guantanamo Bay detainees back to Yemen, where there has been an alarming surge in al-Qaeda activity. Dan Lothian is at the White House for us now. And Dan, tell us, did the president put security fears to rest today?
Well, Jessica, you know, one meeting or one speech won't calm everyone's fears, but what the president wanted to do is to show the extent of the security failures and then to press his top security officials, intelligence officials to do better. Now, two senior administration officials who were inside the secure situation room said that the president was very firm, that the mood was one of a sense of urgency, that the president made it very clear that these problems need to be corrected. And, you know, the reason the president was so firm was because, as he pointed out, that clearly the intelligence community had enough information to prevent this foiled attack.
It now turns out that our intelligence community knew of other red flags, that al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula sought to strike not only American targets in Yemen, but the United States itself. And we had information that this group was working with an individual who was known, who we now know was, in fact, the individual involved in the Christmas attack. The bottom line is this. The U.S. government had sufficient information to have uncovered this plot and potentially disrupt the Christmas Day attack. But our intelligence community failed to connect those dots, which would have placed the suspect on the no-fly list.
Now, the president used even stronger language inside the meeting, according to White House spokesman Robert Gibbs. The president saying, quote, "This was a screw-up that could have been disastrous. We dodged a bullet, but just barely. It was averted by brave individuals, not because the system worked, and that is not acceptable. While there will be a tendency for finger-pointing, I will not tolerate it." I'm told by senior administration officials that inside that meeting there was no finger-pointing, that all of these agency heads, these department heads took responsibility for their failures and then pointed out how they will be correcting the system to make sure that this does not happen again. We should be hearing more on the specifics of that in the coming days. Jessica?
All right, Dan, thanks for staying on top of the story.